welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian report for the 16th of March, starting with the Australian market here. Now, there's things that I know and things that I don't know. So this particular low through here, the current move up here, I do know that. So I know what to expect after that, and we can look at that in detail in a moment. What I'm unsure about is the move down from the top down through here. So it can be counted in different ways. So one way is this way here, where we have wave 1 here and 2 here, and 1 here and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. It's not a bad fit. It makes wave 3 nice and long here, and it gives it a lot of definition within all this structure. The wave 4 rally here was quite high, trying to close the gap here, which it didn't do. So this particular structure fits. So we'll see what happens with wave 4 here, because we know that wave A is always sharp, and that's in 5 waves here. Well, it will be when it finishes. So we'll get some sort of correction that will come back to support here, and then we'll move up through here. So if this is going to be a wave C here, then we'll see the wave A sharp here, the wave B here, and the wave C on quite an angle here. If this is going to be bullish coming up through here and going stronger up, well then this is going to be stronger coming up through here. So we'll be able to start to work that out a little bit there, but would be looking for this wave 4 to come back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here. So yes, it can count down as 1 and 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, then an A and a B and a C for wave 4 here, and then down from that point. So we need to keep an eye on that. The other counts here for this can be counted like this here, which is an A, B and C down through here. In this case here, there would be 2 outcomes for this. This whole structure here may just be wave A here, or this could be the end of the actual correction and we can go up from that point. Now I won't know that unless we get support on 6,500 here. But in the meantime, like I mentioned, that this move up here is impulsive, so we're going to see this in 5 waves, this pull back, and then up here again. We know that from the 72 up here, that area to this one here, the 61.8% is here. So any support on the 65, the medium level here, would cement that in as being bullish. So we can trade long, we just can only trade into this area through here, or depending on how you trade and what legs you trade and so on. So catching this ABC back here again would be the trigger for this to trade up through here, but we'd still have to get out here, and then if this became support, then we would move back in again. So it's a step-by-step process to stay with the evidence on that side there. There's also other counts as well here. This one here where the market just expands down, so we've got wave 1 here, 2 here, and it comes down for wave 3 here and 4 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for wave 1 here. So a much bigger bear market to occur here. And then in this case, we still come back up to the 61.8% mark here, but a bit higher than wave 4. And we would see this in an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here, and then we would come down strong from that point. So that's certainly on, all of these are certainly on the cards. They can all be counted. I've gone over them, and they all fit the Elliott sequence, and I just feel that we need to take it step by step in this case. So as it's Monday, we can look at these cases here. So what we're actually, just to rehash this a little bit, we are looking for an A wave and a B wave and a C wave for this particular structure here for wave 2 here, and we're coming down. There's also an A and a B and a C for a wave 4 here, and the other count, so we've got 2 counts giving us an A, B, C, and then pulling down from that point. If we look at this as an ABC pattern through here, then we'll still have this move here, except we'll have to call that wave 1 and 2 here, and then we'll see this as wave 3. So the angle of this is important, but also too, once we get on top of 65, or if we get on top of 65, then we know that we're bullish from that particular point. So on the, just drilling into this now here, So this, I think I might just go to the tick chart here. That will just give us a better view of all of this off the low here. So from the low here, we can count 5 waves up here, perfect, wave 2, perfect, and wave 3 here, nice and long and strong as wave 3 here. A beautiful little A, B, and C here for the B wave, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the C wave here for wave 4. And now we're pushing up for wave 5 here. So wave 5 is either wave A here or wave 1 here. I don't know that just yet, but the thing is that once this finishes in here, so we'll see a move up into group 2, the stocks may take it, push it even higher, even up into the 6,000 here, but just realize that we're looking at group 2 here, which is 65, 72 here and 80 here. So it will play a part in here. It may push up higher, but it looks like we've got 1 and 2 and 3 in here already and 4 here. So a push up into here today. Like I said, maybe higher, but at some point within this space here, we'll see it roll back over as an ABC. Now, the thing is that it can pull back 61.8%. So if I took it to this area through here, then the 50-60% mark here. But obviously this correction here is where the volume is. So this is where the support's going to be. So yeah, you just have to adjust that. But I think that it will come down deep into this. So anywhere between 5.5 and 5.4, depending on how high it goes up through here. But at one, we will, after this impulse wave here, we'll see an A wave. We'll see the A wave, the B wave here, and the C wave here for either wave B or wave 2 here in this instance here, and then then we'll have wave C to the upside here as wave 4 here, or even wave 2 here. So it'll depend. Wave 4 will probably drop a bit lower depending on how far this pulls down here. And this here, if it moves up high here, it can still be that wave 2 up here. So yeah, as far as I can see so far, we'll have 5 waves up off the low here, an A and a B and a C pulling back, and then this is your buying opportunity to come into this space here, and that will take us up here. There should be some sort of equality at least between this structure here of wave A and wave A and wave C here in this, so we could even push higher where we're, just go back here a little bit. That's 6,000 there, so that's going to take us to, yeah, sorry, 6, it can bring us up to this wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here at least, so 6,100 or so. So we just got to take it step by step. That's quite simple. There's an A and a B and a C wave into this area through here, and let's just see how we go from that. If I'm here tomorrow, if this has moved up here today and pulled back here tomorrow, I may be in time to draw this out for you. But basically what we're looking for here is an A and a B and a C wave here, and all you need to do is just draw that across those 2 highs there and go along at that point here and take most of the profit coming up into these old highs here. Leave a little bit of skin in the game because we may be into a wave 3 and we could go higher at that point, but we just need to see how it goes. And like I mentioned, this angle here is important. So this is the angle of wave A here. So if we get the same angle here, then you know it's going to be more bullish. But if it's on more of an angle, then you know it's going to be wave C or even wave 2 at that particular point. Okay, let's check out the other markets. With Hong Kong, Hang Seng here, the pattern that I've been looking at here, I'm quite comfortable with it. However, we need this 25,000 here to stay as the resistance here to continue this impulse wave down, and that means from wave 2 up here having wave 3 down here a little bit lower in this case. So it has retested it at the moment, and most of the markets around the world, as you may know, have come up, and they come up in an impulse wave, and we're looking for it to pull back, and then we're looking for it to move up again. So it can move above the level here, the 25, but we don't want it finding support here in that case. So we're still looking for this third wave lower through here. So I really just want to allow this to play out here for this. At the moment, we currently have been short down through here. We have been stopped out. If I just go to the hourly chart and talk about that a little bit. So we have been short through here. We should take a percentage here and here, but we've been stopped out. We kept the stop out of the way here, but we've been clicked out, so we can remove these now from here. So yeah, look, like I said, we just need to, this will be an impulse wave up here, and which will be, if I can just use one of these over here, just move that, an A and a B wave and a C wave moving up through here. So I don't want it finding support on this. If it finds support here, we'll have to turn bullish, and there is a case for turning bullish. It's just that, you know, I was counting down here for 5 waves of 1 here and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 here, and coming down for 3 here. Otherwise, I would have to squash this in here as wave 3 here. So that means, let's go to the 4-hour chart here. That means that if it turns bullish and finds support here, then I would have to put this here as wave 3 here and wave 4 here, and there's a slight overlap here, and wave 3 may be the same size as this one here, but it certainly doesn't have the form of a nice third wave down here. So it's roughly about the right length here. So it's a bit of an optical illusion here. So you can see that this one here is a little bit sort of, well, same size as this one here, but this one's got more form in it here, where this one is just sort of straight down. But wave 3s are strong, so it is possible to put that there and put wave 5 here, because when I look at the Chinese market, I won't go to the A50, I'll go to the Shanghai here to have a look at this here. This is this is Hong Kong here. It's not the one that we want. We want the Shanghai comp here, and this is the Shanghai market here, and this is a monthly chart here for this. So one of the things that make it feel like a bit bullish is this little move that's moved up through here that appears to be in 5 waves here. So this is a monthly chart. So I'll just put, let me just change that over to a daily chart here. We've also got this level here, the 3000 here. So that would be a major trading level at that point. But this little move here up off the low here, I can see that it's impulsive. So an A and a B, well, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So this makes an A wave here. This is in 3 waves here, so a B wave and a C wave here. This probably could be counted either impulsive or corrective here, but if it's moved up here as wave 1 and pulled back as wave 2, well, then it's ready to climb higher from this point. So we could confirm that if we get support on top of the 3000 here, which is a major level. So that's something that we'll keep an eye on, because then we'll be going long from that point. That will be a catalyst for that. Okay, so going back to Hong Kong here, we had a bit of fun. We made a bit of pocket money on the drop here, so that's fine. But let's just see how this goes at this stage. I know that we'll be looking for that A, B, and C here. I just want to see if it sticks here and goes up or fails from this point. So we just need to have a bit of patience and see it from this point there. Okay, so India. we go. So with India, I've adjusted the count a little bit as well, as the markets move quite quickly through here. So from the top here, we can look at this as 5 waves down here in terms of 1 and 2 here, and 3 and 4 and 5 here. So once again here, if I can just start to drill into this here, this is the 61.8% here at 11,000, so note that, and also this little gap here as well. So we'll also see 3 waves moving up into this here as well. So just on the 4-hour chart, this is the way that I've counted it, as wave 1 here and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave here, and I'll put the fourth wave here. Previously, when I spoke last time, I was looking for the wave 3 low to come into place here, but because of the bounce here, I've re-looked at this and rejigged this, and this fits okay here as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third and fourth here, and down for the fifth at that point here. So also in this case here, same thing around the world, we'll be seeing something like this here, and that's the 61.8% mark here. So we could look at this as wave 1 or wave A here and wave B here, but that I mean, that's important, of course, but in terms of short-term trading, is kind of what we do with the indices to a point, is we look for trades. So once this leg here is, well, that's each market around the world is a little bit different in this move up here, but all the markets around the world have all got this as an impulse wave. Some have got this as the top, which looks like as a top here as well, but some of them have only got this as a third wave and a fourth wave here. So we just need to be a little bit mindful of that as well. So we'll take a closer look at that, maybe on the hourly chart here. So most of the markets around the world have got this as the top of wave 3 and 4 here, and are looking for a little wave 5 to move up, and then an A and a B and a C here, and then here. But in this case, it's possible to count 5 waves up here already for this here. So we'll just have a little bit of patience. One of the things that you can look at going long here is to ask yourself, is this 10,000, is that support at this particular stage? It's not support just yet, is it? It's had the arrival, the reaction, have the first high above the level, and then a corrective move, and then here. So it needs to rattle around in its cage a little bit here on this level before pushing to the upside here further in any significant way. That is. So keep an eye. This is much the same pattern as the other markets. The S&P 500 and the other Asian markets like Australia and so on. All right, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.